Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Back again. Sorry it's been a little while, but I am back in action. Glad you can see me and hear me for those who are listening on the podcast. Yeah, it's been out a little bit, been working on some different things. But I'll tell you this, I ran into someone and actually I ran into a couple people lately in my area that were like, "Hey, haven't seen you on YouTube in a little bit." So that's kind of like confirmation that I need to get back on here and start doing some things. But I've been working on another website. Of course, this is more ministry based, Christian based. So, uh, not to say that you all listening on here aren't Christians, but um, Legacy of Abundance is what it's called, and there's a YouTube channel for that too. But right now, hey, glad I could be back with you all, and I hope you enjoyed. Just gotta have a couple of things I need to comment on that's happened recently, but yeah, you know how I do it. Let's jump right into it. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. All comments are welcome as long as it's tasteful and respectful. Because you know me, I respect everyone until you give me a reason not to. While I'm pulling up this here, I got to say something to the men. Men, we need to step up. We need to step our game up. Like we want to be put in position as leaders and we want to lead our households. We're not doing a good job right now because if men would step up and lead households the way we're supposed to, a lot of things going on in this country would not be going on. You know, a lot of division would not be going on. You know, a lot of um, hate would not be going on. A lot of dysfunction within the household would not be going on if we would step up and take our rightful place as leaders, the leaders that God called us to be. So, but yeah, I saw a couple of stories out here, and one of them is not gonna say it's funny, but it would be funny if it was in a movie, maybe, but in real life, don't think it would be. No, it's not funny in real life. So yeah, I'm looking at this right here, and I see this headline here, and it's according to Fox News, man suspected of cannibalism detained at airport after police found pieces of meat in suitcase. Are we serious here? Like this is what it's coming to, right? You know, this is I guess this is what the so-called quote unquote powers that be would like it to come to, where we're so poor, broken, hungry that we have to maybe eat each other. But no, it doesn't really say that that this guy here. I mean, I don't think they saw him eating anything, but Portuguese authorities found, and I'm gonna probably butcher this guy's name, uh, Begolia Mendez Fernandez, using fake documents to travel. Says Portuguese authorities arrested a Brazilian man as he passed through an airport carrying a suitcase filled with pieces of meat, suspecting him of committing acts of cannibalism. Man, I don't know. Maybe here's a butcher. Maybe that's his job. But even if you're a butcher, how many times in history, maybe you all can help me out on this. How many times in history have you seen someone, just a regular everyday guy or gal, trying to bring meat in a suitcase through an airport? Like, where does this happen at? Like, this can't be real. Is this like in a movie or something? Like I said, this would really be funny if it was in a movie. But Fox News is reporting this. So he allegedly brings a suitcase filled with pieces of meat, suspecting him of committing acts of cannibalism. Wow, man, we're taking it back to Jamestown, huh? For those of you who don't know about Jamestown, Google that one. Matter of fact, don't even Google it. Just get a book and read. It would probably be more accurate if you would get a book and read. The Brazilian man, identified as 26-year-old Begolia Mendez Fernandez, was arrested at Lisbon airport and remains in custody while police look to extradite him to the Netherlands. the Netherlands. Uh, the Dutch authorities had searched for Fernandez in connection with the death of Alan Lopez, 21. A source connected to the case confirmed to Fox News Digital that Fernandez had a plastic bag with pieces of meat that police need to analyze for origin. Basically, they need to find out where the heck this guy got this meat from. And, you know, I don't want to laugh on this. This is just really weird, really like freaky stuff here, man. Like, this is something, like I said, you would see on probably like some, you know, I don't know, some Discovery Channel, Unsolved Mysteries. Um, what's the other show called? Forensic Files type stuff. I mean, that's what this seems like to me. But wow. It goes on to say the Portuguese source did not want to comment on the cannibalism allegations, instead referring to a tweet from Amsterdam police. The Politie in Hield, Amsterdam. Hope I pronounced that correctly there. Reported that a 21-year-old, later identified as Lopez, was found in a house and was the quote unquote victim of a violent crime. Look at this guy. He looked like he might be up to something, man. I generally don't judge people by their looks, but come on, man. It says Dutch outlet Buenavius reported. Well, how do you pronounce that? Dutch outlet Buenvenews reported that Lopez lived with his mother and sisters, and the other family members were not present in home the night of his murder. Lopez may have taken Fernandez, who he had been homeless prior to meeting. Wow. Okay. Portuguese newspaper JN reported that police suspected cannibal practices, and it's in quotes there, cannibal practices. The meat that was found has been sent to a lab for analysis to determine the origin. So they took this meat back to the lab to see where it came from. Is it beef? Is it pork? Or is it human? Like, what is it? And what parts of the body is it? This is sick and disgusting right here. Like, this is where this is what it's come to right now in today's world, to be honest with you. Now they may find out that it's not even cannibalism. It may not be human, meat. It may be something else. But just the fact that we've been talking about this and a news outlet is actually reporting this kind of lets you know the mindset we have today in this world. Like, I don't care who you are. I don't care the color of your skin. I don't care if you're man or woman, the two genders. Um, I don't care who you are. There are demonic forces out there that just corrupt people's mind, and we don't want to admit it. Like, this is an example. Like, if this guy does turn out to be participating in or had participated in cannibalism, that should let you know that there are demonic forces out here that spiritually we have to fight. We can't fight spirit with physical tools, or with physical strategies. We have to fight spirit with spiritual strategies. So this is crazy. I mean, what do you all think about this? Like, it's like you want to laugh at the same time. You have a family out there who, Mr. Lopez's family, the young man, 21. You have a family out there who lost a relative or a son or a brother or someone, and that part is not funny. Um, goes on here to say that Fernandez may have used a fake name uh, and pretended he came from Italy. The Portuguese borderline authorities initially may have detained him on suspicion of carrying forged documents, including an Italian identity card and other documents. Quote, after contact with the authorities of the Netherlands, the country where he resided, it was confirmed that he was wanted on suspicion of committing a crime of murder that occurred on February 26th in Amsterdam. Never been to Amsterdam, but I heard it's a very, very beautiful, beautiful place. I've known quite a few people to go, and they all come back saying it's one of the most beautiful places they've ever seen. Um, I guess as long as they're not running into people like this guy, doing what this guy here is suspected of, which led the judicial authorities of that country to issue already yesterday afternoon a European arrest warrant for extradition purposes. Authorities said after taking Fernandez into custody. Man, this is I'm just looking at this photo of this guy. I mean, he's 25, 26, somewhere in that range. Yeah, I mean, I try not to judge a person by looks, man, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Fernandez also allegedly had a bandage and clothing with quote unquote traces of blood in his belongings. Police sent him to a hospital, de Santa Maria in Lisbon, for an evaluation due to an injury to his hand. So you have this, I guess, suitcase that has meat in which they're trying to find the origin of. And then you also have an injured hand with a bandage and clothing, traces of blood. That's yeah, something's going on here. Something's going on. I mean, was he a butcher who cut his hand cutting up meat that he was trying to, I guess, transport somewhere else? Could be. But what do we really think is going on here? What do you all think about this? Should we be on the lookout for people transporting meat when we go to the airport or anywhere else? That is crazy. Wow. The heck is that on that? That's, I don't know what that, I'm not gonna get into that, but yeah, that, what do you all think about that? I mean, maybe you all have seen this story, but it is very strange. But like I said, that lets you know the mindset of people right now. And um, we as people, we don't want to, we want to continue to we want to continue to change, but we don't want to change our mindset. It's weird. And this person right here, it's a shame. This person here needs prayer, definitely. And the family, the young man Lopez, his family, definitely want to keep them in prayer. That is, wow. That is amazing. And not in a good way. Another story I saw here that kind of caught my attention. And this here is something that we kind of already knew, but I'm going to attach allegedly to it. But I don't think anyone's surprised. This is according to shtfplan.com. Says here, study, Bill Gates' fake meat causes quote unquote turbo cancer in humans. Says according to a disturbing new study. I cannot read well tonight. Maybe I need to get some sleep. I don't know. Says according to a disturbing new study, Bill Gates' lab-grown meat causes cancer in humans who consume it. Gates and other globalist elites at the World Economic Forum say that synthetic meat and eating bugs are the solution to so-called climate change. However, this fake food has now been shown to cause quote-unquote turbo cancer via the immortalized cell lines used to manufacture it. Not content with poisoning your heart with the jab, while he sends grandma to that panel for being useless, Gates wants you to sit down at the dinner table to his repulsive tasting synthetic meat, which just so happens to riddle you with incurable cancers. Wow. But there is just one problem for Bill Gates and his globalist cronies. We are on to them. The people are waking up, and thanks to people like yourself who are spreading the word regarding the real agenda of the elite, the globalist plans are starting to fall apart at the seams. Yeah, it's I mean, at this point, who really trusts this guy? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if his own kids didn't trust him at this point. Um, of course, I think it was last year, maybe a year before, he got a divorce from his wife, Melinda Gates, and I don't know, maybe she stopped trusting him too. But everything this guy's putting out right now, it's just, I could tell you this about Bill Gates. If you really pay attention to him, he really tells you what the next step or the next move is going to be. When with the so-called global elitists or whatever, if you really listen to him, he's telling you what their next moves are going to be. That's he does it every time. But I guess because our dislike for this guy is so great that we really don't listen to what he's saying. But just listen to what he's saying. And this little screenshot of Twitter here: cancers found in fake meat are totally harmless to humans. I'm not a doctor, not a scientist, not a so-called health expert. Don't try to be one. Like most of the people who are being paid hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars, they're trying to be one, but I'm not going to do that because that's not my calling in life. But which cancers are totally harmless to humans? Maybe like I said, I don't know. I didn't know that there was a cancer that was harmless to humans. I thought all cancers were harmful to humans. But like I say, I don't know where this come from. I don't know the legitimacy of it, but it clearly says a little screenshot there of Bill Gates's Twitter. Cancers found in fake meat are totally harmless to humans. He may have not done this. I don't know. I'm not on Twitter a whole lot, and I probably wouldn't be following Bill Gates if I was. Maybe I have something to laugh at this guy here. He just maybe I have something to be angry about because this guy is just he doesn't know when to quit. Here's a guy who he has that God complex where he think he created all. He think he can tell everyone what to eat, what to drink, how to live, because that's basically what he's doing. What medications to take or not take, what to consume or not to consume. That's who he is at this point. And there's certain things that were said about his dad. William Gates Sr. and Margaret Sanger. Of course, if you want to read about that, read about that. We all know who Margaret Sanger is. But maybe the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, because things I hear about his dad aren't very pleasing to the ears. But what do y'all think about this? Like, and for you all who out there eating these synthetic fake meats, I mean, I was never into it. I think I tried a burger one time. I think it was from I don't remember what fast food restaurant, but I tried one probably a couple of years ago, and didn't taste good. Didn't taste well. You could tell a difference. They could try to disguise it in a burger with all the lettuce, tomato, ketchup, pickles, onion, the bread, whatever kind of sauce you want to put on it. Doesn't matter, mustard, whatever. You can still tell that it's not real meat. And when I tasted it, I was like, I will not eat it again. And I wouldn't advise anyone else to eat it. I don't know how much of the stuff you have to consume in order to so-called get these cancers, but definitely keep everyone out there in prayer who's eating this. And I would tell you to stop. Like, go back to real meat. There's been a lot of cattle being killed. I think they're looking to kill feral cattle out in, I think, New Mexico. Like a bunch of cattle out there in which they have no owner. They're just out there wandering around. So I think they're just planning on shooting them and killing them, which I find it hard to believe there are actual cattle out there just wandering around. No one owns them. There's too much money in the livestock business, in the cattle business, for there just to be cattle out there roaming around with no owners. I just find that very strange. But it seems as though what they're trying to do is paint people into a corner, as we already know, and make us only consume what they put out or what this guy puts out, which we know that's not going to happen. God forbid on that. But yeah, what do y'all think about this one? This one is I don't know. This guy just doesn't seem to go away. Like, go home. lay down, go to bed, man. Just go lock yourself in a room or something. My goodness, leave us alone. My goodness, man. Um, one more thing that I saw that I want to comment on or share my opinion on. I'm still thinking about the dude. Hold up, we go from one dude. Hold up, now this just dawned on me. We go from one story where the guy is transporting meat in a suitcase to another story where a guy is trying to make everyone eat fake meat. You know what? I wonder if the meat in the guy's suitcase was fake synthetic meat. Could that be the case? Maybe when they find out the origin of the meat, maybe they figure out it's like some kind of Bill Gates meat or something, and he was just transporting it, delivering it personally to Bill Gates. I don't know. It's just, man, it's crazy. What else we got today? One story here is so I'll probably close out on this one here, but let me see if I can find it here. Oh, speaking of airports, as in the first story, this guy, this dude, what does this here say? Fox News had this again. It says Pennsylvania man arrested after allegedly attempting to bring explosive on flight. What is really going on? And yet we refuse to admit that people can have demons of the mind. Because when you're doing things like this, it's not normal. When you're carrying meat, trying to transport meat, or make people eat fake meat, or carrying explosive on flights, or attempting to carry explosive on flights, something is wrong up here. Something is wrong with you spiritually. I don't care what you believe in or who you are. Something is wrong with you spiritually when you're doing these type of things. It says an FBI agent said in an affidavit that the explosive device posed a significant risk to the aircraft and passengers. Goes on to say that a Pennsylvania man was arrested after attempting to bring an explosive device on a flight on February 27th. Mark Muffley, unique name, Mark Muffley. We just call him Eminem. Nah, we're not gonna do that to him. Mark Muffley, 40, was arrested by FBI agents on Monday night after he allegedly attempted to bring an explosive device onto an Allegiant Airlines flight from Lehigh Valley International Airport headed to Orlando Sanford Intercontinental Airport on February 27th. After staff with Allegiant Airlines checked Muffley's bag, TSA agents were alerted to the presence of suspicious items. In an affidavit states. Look at this guy's photo. My goodness. Is this like, I wonder if this is the actual photo, or do they just kind of like take the worst possible photos of someone and put them on on social on the internet? Like the one on the left here, or I guess it'd be my right, be on the right here. That looks like it's at the airport. This here, I wonder if that's at the airport also. Like he looks like he's like just wigged out. Not for sure what's going on there, man. Uh, the guy, he allegedly did this. He may have not done anything. I don't know, but he does not look too innocent right there. He does not look like an innocent person. I could be completely wrong on that though. This is goes on to see when multiple FBI agents went to the airport to inspect the object and put it through an X-ray machine. It was determined that the bag contained a granular type of powder that is consistent with a commercial grade firework. Well, it's not the 4th of July and it's not New Year's Eve, so what were you doing with that, buddy? And even if it was, you should have been trying to get it through the airport. This granular powder is suspected to be a mixture of flash powder and the dark granulars that are used in commercial grade fireworks. The court states that the court document states the bag also allegedly contained a can of butane. Whoa. Can of butane, a lighter, a pipe with white powder residue, a wireless drill cordlet with cordless batteries, and 2 GFCI outlets taped together with black tape. Yeah. This guy did not have good intentions. I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't know if this guy, I don't know, like I said, we're still gonna say allegedly, but just in my opinion, does not look like this guy had good intentions. In my opinion. Uh, One of the FBI agents also observed that a quote unquote quick fuse and a quote unquote hobby fuse was attached to the object, adding that a hobby fuse burns slower than a quick fuse. My goodness, I guess this is an updated picture. I don't know. Because this one up here, maybe that's an older one. Up here, he looked like he has a mustache as part of his beard and everything right here. But you come to this one, you see there's no mustache right there. He got almost like a Abraham Lincoln thing going on right there. Um, yeah, this guy, man. First of all, I'm glad nothing happened. I'm glad they caught this guy because, I mean, I don't know how many people were on that flight, but that could have been catastrophic. That could have very well been catastrophic. So we get mad at these TSA people sometimes, because it seems like they make everything take so long to get through the airport. But when something like this happens and they catch people like this, definitely thankful for them because this here could have just been once again it just make me wonder what goes through a person's mind, to make them think they can actually do this. Wow. There's another photo of him. I mean, this is let's see what else they say here. It says, a quote, transportation security officers were highly trained and highly skilled professionals at the front line of aviation security who are focused on their mission, and catches such as this illustrate the point, Keys Turner said. Keys Turner is actually the TSA Federal Security Director. Karen Keys Turner is who they're talking about. Quote, this is an example of how the strong partnerships we have established with the airport authority, FBI, and local law enforcement came together to ensure the safety and security of the traveling public. I commend our entire TSA team at Lehigh Valley International Airport and the professional manner in which this incident was handled, unquote. Yeah, I mean, like with the FBI, this is really what things that FBI should be looking into. Like I just don't think the FBI should have anything to do at all with politics unless something like this is happening. Outside of that, I would say stay out of politics unless there's some candidate or something that did something like this, or that's like literally putting, you know, the American lives in danger. I would say that really the FBI need to stay out of that. But this is what the FBI and the TSA and local law enforcement should be doing, you know. So kudos to them on this. I don't know how much the FBI how big of a role the FBI played in this, but definitely the TSA team, you definitely want, and the local law enforcement, you definitely want to give them kudos. But yeah, tell me what you think about these stories here. Like I said, you have one guy who's been accused of cannibalism because he's trying to transport meat through an airport. Another guy, the nerdy billionaire, is trying to make people eat fake meat, which potentially causes cancers, or what they call turbo cancers, allegedly. And this guy here, taking it back to the airport, is trying to bring an explosive on board a plane. What do y'all think about this? I mean, does this let you know where we're at in this world right now? If you don't think we're in a spiritual war, think again. This is just another example, or more examples of the spiritual war we're battling right now. So please like, share, subscribe, comment. And as always, we must be a praying people and a praying nation. See you.